For me, South America is obviously at the forefront of business at the moment as part of the group of emerging economies. I've actually been to other parts of South America before, so having visited Brazil, Argentina and Bolivia, for me going to Chile was a fantastic opportunity and also something a bit different.
I think the opportunity for the IBE, I wanted to make sure I did something that I wouldn't have had the opportunity to do otherwise. Chile, from a personal point of view, is somewhere I've always been interested in going to. It's also, from a business point of view, an emerging market, growing incredibly fast, and I thought it would give me an opportunity to not only personally see something that I wouldn't get to do otherwise, but also really see what other parts of the world are doing in terms of business.
For us, really, the week was very, very varied, although Chile's obviously built around the mining sector and lots of businesses therefore linked to that. We went to the central bank, were lucky enough to sit in their boardroom and listen to the economists, which was fantastic. Very open about their plans, obviously, for the future and their projections. We also went to wineries, so that gave us some variance and had fantastic tours of the wineries over there. We also went to some services businesses as well and some mining companies. I think for me the highlight was definitely the Titanium Tower. Working in property myself, it was really fascinating to see the structure and also learn about some of the things they're putting in place, obviously with the threats of earthquakes in Chile. In terms of hosts, very, very welcoming, quite open and very proud of their companies and really proud of Chile and the potential of Chile within South America.
Obviously Cranfield has an established relationship with the university, and they were really welcoming, giving us some very senior lectures to listen to and giving a real insight into the nuts and bolts of the economy. And yeah, they were really, really welcoming to us and enjoyed our company. The trip to the mountains, obviously I was smiling about. It was an opportunity to have a break away from the visits. Most of the days were pretty packed, 2 or 3 visits a day and getting back quite late, but we were allowed one day off, and a couple of us hired a truck and took a trip into the Andes. And just saying that sentence, you know, it's not something I thought I was going to do. So to experience going out on your own, driving up into the Andes and getting caught in a snowstorm is a great life experience and something I'll always be grateful to the IBE for.
I think for me, learning about Chile and really its place in South America, being quite a small country in comparison, and I think the perception being that Chile is really centred on mining, really taking away there's lots of other opportunity there, and even for my company in terms of property services, there really is lots of plans for development in social infrastructure, so not just around the mining sector.
I think predominantly it was the excitement and the pride with which the locals spoke of Chile, not only their country but also the role they fulfil in contributing to where Chile is going. There's a real pride about where it is and its place in the world, but also a humility. They were really genuinely thrilled that people from England and from a successful business school would be interested to hear how they're doing and where they're going. So a combination of pride and humility is something I'll always take away. And one, I think, final point is that it's really easy to get so focused on your immediate environment. I'm conscious of that living and working in the UK. I've been lucky enough to visit many other countries on holiday, but not work in many before. And to get the opportunity to go to a country that's booming, as such a contrast to what we're doing here, was a real surprise and something that I won't forget.
I think the IB is really fundamental to the whole of the MBA. During the MBA, we're obviously taught by some fantastic academics with some guest speakers as well, but what the IBE gives us is a week away from Cranfield to really reflect on our learning, ask some questions of real businesses and get a sense of an economy.
It's a real unique selling point for Cranfield. The opportunity is, as I've said before, the opportunity to go somewhere new and see a completely different perspective, or see an economy in a different phase of growth. We're a very mature market in the UK, very mature economy. It's the one I'm used to, but to go and see another environment that's excited about where it's going and to be able to ask people living and breathing that environment or the decision-making processes they're going through with a business is something that you don't get an opportunity to do in a classroom.